Welcome to Mama House. I'm Wen.
And I'm So.
And we're so happy to have you here. All right. So I do have a topic in mind that I want to talk about.
Okay, what is your topic?
Let's pull it up. Oh my gosh. You know, we're Mama House. And so we're talking a lot about all things trauma and healing. And I know sometimes it seems like it's like very la-di-da. But to be very honest, it comes with its challenges. We've had many rough patches, many tough points. And I'm going to get right into it.
Okay, yeah, let's get right into it.
I'm going to get right into it. There have been some really, really challenging moments for me. And so I have a question. I have 3 questions for us. The first one being, what are some difficult truths you have faced along the way? And I'm going to give you some time to think about it. I'm going to go first, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So my first thing is, you're really going to annoy some people along the way. Honestly, that's been a difficult thing for me because I go into it with thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this beautiful thing of healing and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with you. Let's discuss how like this has impacted me. Not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to do that. And I used to think that there's this beautiful thing. Let me share it with people. Let's talk and let's go together. And that's not the case. Do you resonate with that at all?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is something that's good and I want it for everyone. So I'm going to want to share it with everyone and do it together. But it's like, just because you value it doesn't mean that they will too. So it's like, dang, even in my healing, I have to filter myself almost. But it's also beautiful and I can resonate with you because then you just find your people who also enjoy doing it too. It is a heavy thing. I think, when you think of healing, you think, oh, it's great, you're healing, it's all good. No, there's a lot of pain that comes along with it, triggers that come along the way. And also, it's just tiring in general. Like, at one point, I was just like, I'm tired of healing. Like, why do we need to heal so much?
Yeah.
Like, I think of people who don't have, like, a really traumatizing childhood to heal from. So I feel like, dang, then we fall into, like, this comparison for a little bit, like, oh, but they don't have to do and I do and they're here and I'm here. But I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, there are a lot of truths. I don't think people see the courage it takes. I think people think that, oh, they just enjoy it and that's just their thing. Like, no, we do it for our own well-being. Like, it is important. And so we're not just doing it because we're good at it or whatever. It's like, I do it because I want better for myself. I want better for us.
I think it was difficult for me to accept that it annoys some people sometimes. Like, how could someone be annoyed by this amazing thing? But I also understand, like, you're right. Like, this takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort. Who really wants to do that all the time? Even me sometimes. It exceeds my capacity and I don't want to do it all the time. So it also helped me to empathize with people who are annoyed by it because I get annoyed by it. So
You do? How?
Like with myself, it's like, wow, this thing is frustrating. I also want to be over this, which is why I go through it. For me, I'm going to face my things head on. And I know that bothers some people. And I am also like, oh, I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, okay, I can see why it's almost not easier, but it's a simpler alternative versus going right into the fire.
I agree. It's not easy. Like, even after we film, because we talk a lot about our trauma and not just that, but like healing through it. And yeah, like after we film, I be tired. Like, my body's tired, my mind, my soul's kind of tired. The tired soul. Yeah, and like, yeah, I be tired. So it is a lot of work, It is a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to take care of ourselves, Healing is not just one thing either. It can just be resting. That's healing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not always talking about it. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, just to go back to what you were talking about earlier, like, there were times where I was hurt, like with our family. Like, I used to always tell them, let's have deep conversations because I enjoyed that, and I do that with myself when I'm alone. And when they would be like, oh, this again, or like they would not want to, I'd be hurt. But now I'm just like, if that's not something you want to do, that's okay. Because love is free and I love you. So I'm just never going to say that again. If that's not what y'all want to do. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's a hard truth because it's like, oh, okay, like, ouch, but I get it. Like, it makes sense. And I honestly have grown a lot from it. And so that leads me to my next point of one of the hard truths for me was looking in the mirror. Like, part of I think one of the main pieces of healing is being able to see yourself. And even then I realized that as I'm looking in the mirror, I'm not fully seeing myself. I can only see what I'm able to see, and people see a different perspective of me. And that's also hard to be perceived. It's hard being perceived. It's hard not being seen. And it's also hard to be seen.
Yeah.
And my next question. Oh, is it worth it? Healing, the whole healing thing.
That's for me?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it.
I think so. Otherwise, like, why are we doing it, you know? I think it's for ourselves. It's more than just the present moment. It's like for past us and present and future us. So that's why I do it, because when you heal yourself, it's not just you even. It's like when you heal yourself, you affect people around you. You affect the next generations, even if that's your own children or not. Like, you affect your nieces and nephews. You affect everyone around you, because healing it's like energy too. You're healing yourself and others. People around you feel it, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when people are around us after we have healed, they see a difference. That's how it should be, you know? Because it's like even physical wounds, like you can tell a difference, you know, once they have healed. And similarly with our spiritual and mental, emotional wounds too. Yeah. Is it worth it to you?
Yeah, 100%. It's worth it. I don't think I'll ever choose anything else, because I used to pursue healing because a certain situation I was in was really difficult and I just wanted to be better. But at this point in my life, it's worth it because I'm just happier. I just get to enjoy life in a way that I would have never been able to enjoy otherwise. For a long time, healing for me was this huge, deep, sentimental thing, and it still very much is. But it's also brought me back to a simpler place where it's like, I just am happier. I'm more at peace. I have joy. I get to sit here and not worry about my insecurities or all these other things that used to really bother me. I'm just living. Feels good to live.
Yeah, it's so nice to just be. I think because, like, we were always so in survival mode and on guard about everything, we couldn't just be still. And I feel like healing is being still. Healing is resting. It's being true to who you are. It's just you being. And I love that we are returning back to ourselves. That is what healing is, you know?
Yeah, and I can tell, like, through our healing journeys, you've grown a lot. You're happier. Yeah, it comes with its challenges, of course. Nothing worth it is easy, but just our relationship in itself has grown. Your relationship with yourself has grown. I say it's 100% worth it. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I'm so proud of us. And like I said, like, it takes courage to do this, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone, of course, also copes differently. I'm glad that it's finally, like, here. Like, we chose healing chose us, you know? Because it's always there. It's just we finally were like, you know, I am ready to move forward and do what is best for myself.
Okay, I want to talk about ready to move forward, because I think when we talk about healing, a lot of people are like, you're stuck in the past. It's quite the opposite. It's, I'm so ready to move forward, but I can't move forward with this thing holding me back. And I have to address that before I go forward. And I think that's something that is misconstrued very often. So thank you for addressing that. I wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, and you talk a lot about time too. So it's like, and how it's like a spiral. Because I used to think it was just straight like, okay, well, I'm over this now. So, but it's like, well, like let's say every month in October, I feel some type of way. When it comes back, it's like, oh, I'm still gonna be healing through that too. Like, okay, when it comes back, you just heal again through it, because it's not like a one time and done thing. You know, healing is a journey. It is definitely worth it. This journey,
Such a beautiful journey, honestly. My third and last question is, what would you do differently when it comes to healing and this whole journey of healing and processing? While you think about it, I'm going to answer, okay? I think one thing that would have helped me tremendously in the beginning, and I know it's not linear, right? But when I made the decision, I'm going to begin healing. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to change my life. The number one thing I wish I would have done differently earlier on was stop giving a damn what people think. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got a thought. But the one that matters most is mine. This is my life at the end of the day, right? Like, if you say something and I think differently, am I going to go with what you say? For me, I truly believe in listening to your soul's conviction. And that's something I would have done way earlier on. I think I did that maybe like a year or several months after I made the decision to. And it was impactful in the best way ever.
I agree. Trusting yourself, because all you need is your validation, you know? Like, you could talk with someone and they could have something else to say, and yeah, that may be helpful sometimes, but ultimately it's your journey. It's your decision. You get to choose what you do, and it's your life. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I can see that. Yeah. I feel like I've seen you grow a lot in trusting yourself too. And I know you may not see it, but I feel like all along you have trusted yourself. But I know that you were like, I was winging it. I don't know what I was doing. But you always stuck up for yourself. Like, you had your back, even when no one else did. Girl. So I'm like, you should be so proud of yourself. Like, especially for little Wen. Like, she should be so... Fruit flies. She should be so proud of you, you know? Because you did that. No one did it for you.
That's true. And I think... Thank you. Thank you for that, by the way. I think that's what healing has done for me. It has given me a sense of pride. Not in the way of what we were used to growing up with. I felt like growing up, we could never have pride. That was a bad thing. But now I have this sense of pride. It's like, no one can take that away from me. I did this. I created confidence in the process. I learned to trust myself. I felt deeply in love with myself. And the more I heal, the more in love with myself I become. I can see that in you as well.
Thing. Thank goodness. That's how it should be.
Yeah. I honestly feel like with us healing and growing, I don't really see the negative in it. So I guess that's why sometimes when people are expressing like unfavorable, negative emotions about it, I'm like, there's a part of me that is like, oh, okay.
Probably because it comes with like really hurtful, deep pain, like
of course.
Shame or guilt or just it hurts. But it's like, man, if it gonna hurt regardless, you may as well heal then. But that's just me. I can't speak for everyone else because I'm like, man, you know, I wouldn't trade spots with anyone else, especially with like what everyone else goes through. So I'm like, you know, maybe they're just doing what they could, because there was a long time too where I had not healed. You know, it wasn't until after I became an adult and really dug deeper. So it takes time.
What led you to the point where you're like, all right, something's got to change. I need to do some healing here. What was that?
I think it was being off of my own with all my thoughts. You know, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't until I became an adult and moved away where it all hit me.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's because I finally had the space to.
Okay.
You know, that's why. Yeah, what about you?
Man, I hate talking about my divorce, but I'm not gonna lie, that was a pivotal moment in my life. That like changed everything for me, because I know a lot of y'all might just think like, oh, you just left your husband. What? No, it wasn't just leaving my husband. It was leaving a belief system. It was leaving everything that I knew behind, leaving cultural standards, like societal bound, everything, society's thoughts, everything. I had to let that go. I had to really just venture out on my own. What do you think? Not what your family thinks, your friends, strangers. What do you actually think? And that forced me to look at myself in the mirror and be like, I can't do this. Because I remember I was like talking to myself like, I would rather not be alive. And once you get to a point where you're like, I'd rather not be alive, then you'll be like, well, then let me live then. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know some people are not going to get that, but I know you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was that moment where I was like, something's got to change. So
you're like, I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. And honestly, I look back at that lowest point in my life and I'm like, I'm grateful for it. There comes a time in your life where you look back and you're like, I'm glad I survived that so I could be here.
I think here's what's hard. I think sometimes people think to heal is to forget about it completely.
I also understand what it's like to just want to forget it. But like, for example, I like broke my ankle a few years ago. I can't forget that because now I roller skate differently. I walk in heels differently. So yeah, everything is different and I tend to it. Like I'm more graceful with my right ankle because it's like it went through something. So it's not forgetting it. It's learning how to live life with it in a way that, but I'm also not dwelling on it. I don't like wake up every day and be like, my ankle broke. It's just like, oh, okay, I do certain things differently. When I walk up this hill, I walk up differently. It's just being very intentional with the pain that you've been through.
Yeah, to understand and love yourself, that is healing. It's not to forget about it. And if you want to forget about it too, I get that too.
That makes sense as well.
Yeah.
And also, like, I do want to give a different perspective. Like, when we talk about our traumas, I'm sure there's some people like, they just can't let it go. It's not that we're holding on to it. It's that we're learning how to dance with it. I don't want to let anything go totally because it's a part of me, but it's not everything about who I am either.
I like that.
Yeah.
That you said that. Yeah. So to answer your third question, what I would do differently with healing, I think I would have journaled more. And I did journal a lot in the past, but like, then I threw it all away, most of it away. And then I'm like, dang, I would like to see my headspace and like how I processed things. And also just journaling in general helps me to navigate my feelings and like process my thoughts and to just express myself so freely without worrying about being judged by anyone else. And so I wish I would have done that more frequently and have kept it all, because it would have also saved me from being too impulsive, especially in like breaking up with someone so fast, you know. But if I would have just wrote it out, it just helps me express myself, you know. Like even last Christmas, I had this little issue with my brother, and I was like, you know what? I had to leave. I literally left, went to our sister's home and just journaled for a little while. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like that kept me from saying a lot of mean things that I felt in the moment. And so I'm like, you know, I think to help me with my healing journey, I think journaling would have helped a lot. Okay. But I'm like, you know, I can't change the past, but, you know, I think since December, I've been very consistently journaling, and that's helped me a lot. I haven't gone back to read them yet, but I feel like excited to one day in the future when I'm like, ooh, what was I thinking, you know, in January 2026? Because even if I were to go back and read my journals from January, I'd be like, wow, I feel so different from January and February. Because, you know, we go through different things. We grow in different seasons. And so I would have definitely journaled more to help with my healing and to see my progress too.
Yeah, I love that. I think journaling is important. It does really help with processing thoughts. Yeah, I love that. There was a journal entry. I reread my journal entries often. And there's a journal entry I wrote a few weeks ago, and I started off my journal entry, and at the end of my entry I was like, I'm not even the same person as I was when I started this, just writing this entry. So it is one way to, you know, experience your thoughts.
Yeah. Do you ever just like go back and read and be like, damn, I'm wise?
All
like,
the time.
And you be surprised too. It's like, whoa, how did I know this at age 19?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm so surprised. So maybe this will encourage you to journal a little bit too. Try it out and do it in the way that works best for you. You know, like I've done so many different kinds of journaling. Like I would write, or I would type, or I would do video journaling. And those are cool to look back at. They always make me so sad though. So I like don't rewatch them like that.
I have a hard time doing video journal entries because even like watching To Mama House, sometimes I have a hard time watching myself. Like, because it's so vulnerable to me. I'm like, who is this? And why am I able to see her from this perspective? Like, and I don't think that when I watch you, it's just when I watch myself.
And y'all so lucky because we really are out here putting ourselves out there and sharing our life with you. Because this is precious, you know? What we're doing, like, it's not easy. But I know that if it'll help at least one person, then great.
Yeah. I'd be feeling very exposed
It
on
is
To
very
Mama House.
exposing.
Healing is so hard. And then to heal, like, publicly, it's very difficult. I want to add another thing to my third question of what would you do differently? I think in the beginning, I spent so much time in my sadness, valid. I almost forgot to enjoy life a little bit too. Because I was so like, oh, healing looks like this, and I do this, but I don't think you have to suffer 100%. I think you can still enjoy the little things in life, still laugh from time to time, enjoy your favorite snack, do things that you love still.
Yeah, I think in the moment it's so hard to be like, oh, I could still do what I love. Because in that moment you're like, oh my gosh, this is so painful. Yeah. But it's like, man, low key, those things that bring joy to your heart make you so cheerful. Yeah. Even when you thought, oh my gosh, my day's so sad. But it does help. Like, even, you know, even when I'm like, I don't even want to shower. It's been a few days. But it's like, okay, take a shower. Oh my gosh, wait, that felt so great. I didn't want to, but after I took a shower, it felt great. Or like, you know, I've not been going on my walks because I didn't feel like it. And then you go on a walk and you're like, oh my gosh, wait, that was so good for my mental health. So don't forget to do what you love to, for sure. I like that you touched on that.
Always do what you love too. That'll help you. That always makes life worth living for me. When I go on a little walk, one thing I'd be really excited about, waking up and having a cup of coffee. That's something to look forward to. It's really the little things in life. Yeah.
For me, it's tea. For you, it's coffee.
Yeah. Tea been making me pee a lot.
It does. Water in general.
True.
Yeah. Coffee don't make you pee?
It make me do other things too. Oh. I think there's like 90% of people that when they drink coffee, they gotta do the number 2 often. Let me know if you one of them. And if you're not, you lucky. You very lucky.
Dude, does coffee be making any of y'all crash too? Because remember that one time our big sis made me a cup of coffee and I can't help but chug it.
She chugged it.
Because I just like chugging things.
It was too yummy.
It was too good.
Yeah, it was very good.
And then I had like the zoomies, like the human zoomies for a bit. And then I crashed not crashed physically in my car, but I felt super tired.
It was
on the drive
caffeinated.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too caffeinated.
Yeah.
Is that when you got the speeding ticket?
I think that was a different day.
Okay.
Hey, that was like 5 years ago, okay? 2021.
Thank you guys for joining our conversation on the hard truths about healing. I hope that helps to hear that it is hard. Like, it is validating for me to be reminded, like, oh, this is a hard thing, and hard things come with great reward. So I hope that's encouraging for you guys.
Ooh, yes, heavy on the great reward.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's massive. Just wait till you get to the other side, and you'll be like, oh, that's what these girls are talking about.
And I want to remind you, it does get better. There were days where I thought it could never get better, and then it did.
Yes.
Because
By surprise.
You know, like, even in the process of healing,
Yeah.
I didn't even think I was healing at the time.
You don't
I think
know.
I was just, I'm just being sad here, soaking in my feelings and journaling. That was healing to me. Little did I know. But it's like, do what you need. Take care of yourself.
Oh my gosh, a massive moment in my healing journey was crashing out. I didn't know that me crashing out was part of like the healing journey. Oh, I'm not saying crash out all the time, but I am saying that big meltdown that I had was actually a breakthrough. I didn't know that at that time, but you gotta hang in there long enough to blossom. That's it.
Yes, you have those feelings for a purpose, like a reason. Like, you're not just angry just because. It's like you have the anger, the sadness, the whatever that is for a reason. So bring yourself justice by healing. And sometimes that's not always looking like, oh, I'm well. And sometimes it looks like I'm angry and you did this shit and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And also, I also want to add that sometimes when you're going through your healing journey, you go off on people. They don't have to be happy with you either. And that's not always the point about healing, is like where everybody is like, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's about you doing what you need to do. And it's not always about what they're going to respond to you as. It's about you answering your soul's calling no matter what that looks like.
Yes, setting yourself free regardless of what they think of your actions and your words. Like, just be true to yourself.
Yeah. Let us know how we can support y'all. And if you want more like conversations on this, we have a whole channel dedicated to talking about how healing can be difficult but also beautiful.
Yeah, we talk a lot about healing, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Yay!
Awesome.